Howdy stream. How are we all doing today? Everyone having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon or whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. We're gonna get started in just a bit. I am enjoying my afternoon tea. Everyone have a good day at school, work, whatever you're up to. Well, I'll give it a little bit of time for people to mosey on in, but in the meantime, I'm going to move some stuff around. If you're just now joining us today, we're going to be building Infinite Craft. Hello! Nice to have you here. I suppose I should introduce myself. Hi everybody, I'm Paul. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. I've been a coach since like 23, 22, I don't actually know. I actually checked today and I've been to I've coached something like 30 events now, which is a good number. Anyway, this is part 3 of a 3-part series. If you missed parts 1 and 2, don't worry, I'll catch you up to speed. We are recreating the game Infinite Craft. If you've never played it, this is what it kind of looks like. Basically, the idea is you combine 2 things together to make an object. So we started with water, earth, wind, and fire, and now you can recreate stuff. So like combining Mosaic with Transformers 5 gets us Mosaic Transformers, for example. And then Cthulhu on top of that creates just Cthulhu again. Anyhoozle. We wanted to recreate this game, but give it a little bit of a techie twist. So we wanted to have, instead of the 6 base elements being elements, we wanted to have it be our base data types in C. So you got int, float, double. Here's these guys: int, float, double, char, character, bool, void. And starting from those, be able to combine things. So we worked on the very first day to build out the back end and the kind of the infrastructure for this, because on the back end for this here, when you combine 2 things that it's never seen before, it then goes and makes a call to an LLM and says, hey, what do you think is the logical combination of a Tesla coil plus Hades, for example? The answer is Zeus. And you can see that was like very, very fast. And that's because a lot of these combinations, this game's been around for a while now. I wonder if they have like a credits. Either way, it's been around for a while now. And so people have built out, or people have kind of exhausted a lot of the early areas, like the early combinations. And so really all like the big combinations come much later. But the way that it does this very quickly, where it's very quickly able to be like, city plus Zeus is Athens, is it caches all these sorts of things. And so we really only make calls to our LLM, or this only makes calls to its LLM when there's something new that... One moment. Give it a second. And we're back. No, we're not. I lied. Oh, no. And now we're back. Okay, sorry about that. My monitor does a strange thing that I won't get into, but it sometimes likes turning off randomly, but predictably. So you can, I don't know. I need a new monitor, but it's a good monitor, so I don't need a new monitor. Anyway, what I was saying was it caches the results, so that way it doesn't need to make LLM calls every single time a combination of 2 things has been there. And so yesterday, we deployed a database. My session has expired. I need to sign back in. One moment while I go find a password. Let's go grab that password. And now I need to get a code. One moment. A verification code, if you will. Yippee, we're logged back in. So we put together a little database here. The database is a Postgres database hosted on DigitalOcean. We're kind of doing this because we have a free trial active. So we got $200 of credit. This database costs us $15 a month, and the droplet that I'm gonna make later on will probably cost us another 15 or so. And then our agent on the agent platform is costing us next to nothing, honestly. So the idea is, for this purposes of this demo and everything, you can get through with most of building this using the free trial. If you'd like the free credits, I'm gonna go post a link in chat. DigitalOcean. There we go. MLH.link/DigitalOcean. That'll get you this to here, which has some walkthroughs on how to get started with DigitalOcean. The link you want to get to is this one right here. Head over there, click that, sign up. You get this little pop-up here. You've been invited to DigitalOcean. Sign up and get $20 credit. You do need to add a credit card. There is nothing I can do to stop that. I do not work for DigitalOcean. I do not manage their billing systems. But I will say that once I added a card to my account, a little pop-up came up and that was like, your credits are active, yippee. Your mileage may vary. I don't know why it worked for me and not for others. Unfortunate. But yeah. I really wanted to get like the most out of DigitalOcean, and so I'm hosting my database here. We're using our LLM models here. We also did want it as a proof of concept, show everything over in Gemini. So I'm going to go over to your API. We're going to go look at, not the API routes, we want engines, the Gemini engine here, where we use the Gemini Gen AI library in Python. And we had a prompt here. You're an engine for a crafting game. How do I view word wrap? There we go. Combine two elements. We might need to tweak this prompt, which we'll get to kind of closer to the back half of this stream. But the idea here is you give it two prompts here, it combines them, and then it produces the resulting of those two prompts. The actual prompts here, we're giving Gemini this as a schema. So we ask it, hey, make sure all of your results are in the form of a JSON that has item and emoji in it, and if not, then don't do that. And so we can kind of hard code that in there just by passing this combined results base model from Hydantic over here. Let me say response JSON schema. You must follow the schema. Makes our lives a little bit easier. DigitalOcean has the same thing here, although it's less rigid. In theory, it might give us something that isn't a JSON, which might break things, but I haven't encountered that problem yet, so we'll find out soon. But in theory, you can then go model validate JSON, give it the results, and that will give you an object back that has the item and the emojis associated with the said item. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, and then our database is here. We have a database that we're hosting on DigitalOcean, like I said. Objects are all the different individual objects within the world. They have an ID name, an emoji associated with them, and then times that they were created and last updated. And then we also store all of the combinations, that way we can very quickly recall them. And that just takes in foreign objects for the first and second object, and the result object. And we update all of that. And these are unique in the database. So two combinations of items will always produce the same output item. Right now, we don't necessarily have rails in place for it creating, let's say, string, str, strings, that sort of stuff. And so that might be something in the later half when we're kind of fine-tuning it, we play around with. But for right now, I think our main goal for the stream should be to building this out so that way we can actually play with it. So we got all the backend and all the database stuff put together. I'm gonna remove that link there. Also notice that I'm missing a cool little background here. We're gonna add some flair to that background. I'm gonna just do this real quick. I'm gonna throw this check in here link in the corner. Let me try that. Yeah, that works. Actually, does that work? Sure. We'll pretend it works. There's a QR code in the corner, so if you'd like to check in for this workshop, you can. The camera's mirrored, so like pointing is hard, but you can go there. There. All right. So we built all this out, mostly using Copilot for it. Although, I mean, we were rather on top of things as we built it. And then yesterday, you might have seen me breaking my Python instances, because my Python instances are completely and utterly terrifying, which, oops. I think I've since fixed that. No, I definitely haven't. Well, we're gonna pretend I fixed it. And so I'm gonna go spin up both of these instances here. Activate. Cool. Pip install requirements. All right, that one works. And now if I do python app.py, that's the wrong window. We very quickly had it just build up a mock-up of this. And so this one just has the words. You can drag two things together, and as you can see, we never actually connected it to the back end. This is just all the front end stuff, so it has a couple like preloaded things, but it's just kind of appending things, which, I mean, for a proof of concept works. I would like it. There are some nice to haves that I'd like to add to it, so we're gonna work on adding those sorts of things. And let's see. That's primarily where we left off at. I think I covered everything that we started on. Fire plus dust is fire dust, probably. Yeah. So why don't we kick it off from here and get to coding? While an ambulance swings by my apartment. Love that. Alrighty. So, let's begin here. I would like to hash out some of the functionality, or let's build out some of the functionality here in app.py for combinations. So we're going to start off with the word bank here, and the combinations being a more dynamic thing. So combined words is primarily where it's going to get implemented, and I'm going to create a new how do I want to do this? We would like this to call, yeah, I know what we want. Okay, let's start combining things. In app.py, let's begin by implement, the combination lists, implementing, what's the thing? Combine words to call our backend. Our initial set of words should be pulled from the available words from our backend from now as well. Okay, so this is going to go add those and wire those up. Our backend API has a couple routes here. We're gonna go take a look at them. First one is API combine. Actually, why are we looking at them here when we have docs for this? Oh, it's because it's not running. Uno momento. Why is my Python version broken? I thought I fixed this yesterday. Oh boy. This is just gonna be Paul fixes his Python install until... Okay, backend URL, base URL. Yeah, that looks correct to me. Backend get, first, second results. Words, get available words, words, get available words, get available words, objects API. Keep, cool. Awesome, love that. And then it threw some error messages there. Yep, that all works for me. I will fix my Python installs later, I guess. Love that so much for me. Okay, so let's look at those API endpoints that we made. So we made 3 API points. A GET request, which I'm kind of conflicted on whether or not it should be a GET request or a POST request to combine 2 items. When I was looking at the network scan for this game, it just calls 2 items combining a GET request for most things, which feels like it should be a POST request. I don't know. I stuck with GET request. Then we have get objects, which should definitely be a GET request, which gives you a list of all the objects that are currently in the system. So we have bool, char, double, float, int, and void. We also have get recipes, which gives us a list of recipes for a specific object. Hey! Yep, it is Fast API. I hadn't used it before. Very convenient and nice, and I like that it makes docs for me. I should add documentation to my docs, but it at least made this testing page for me. Anyhoozle. And then we finally have then we also have this endpoint here, which I'll probably get rid of. Well, or probably get rid of and just make it like a routine or something to clear out the database. And this was mostly for testing. Whenever we did a bunch of tests and we wanted to just quickly flush the database. Now let's take a look and see how it's doing on combining all these things. So I'm gonna restart it here. Alrighty. Oh! Love that. Okay. So why don't we grab one of these objects here. Can I copy and paste those? I'm gonna go here, grab that bit. You see, I'm like conflicted. Right now, I can go just resolve this myself. I will just resolve it. Yeah. Is this it name? Name, yep. Okay, and then I'm gonna return names. Okay. Because that looked terrifying when we did that. And so now I can say, combine these 2 together, and it's probably gonna crash. Hey, I made an enum. Okay, cool. So now we need to combine words, data, get results, string results. We actually want name. Name. Or actually, we'll just return string. Because what did it look like? Item. We should harmonize that, or we should fix that, I suppose. So now if I refresh this and we say bool plus character, enum. Enum plus double is a variant. Enum plus variant equals a tagged union. I also noticed that it added an emoji to that. Algebraic data type, tag union. It's a different tag union. Algebraic data type. Okay, we might be in a bit of a loop here. I feel like this is as like the fun problem of it just like eating itself over. Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay. And now I feel like if we looked at our back end, we're gonna end up with a lot of garbage in it of like the same objects but repeated over and over and over. Algebraic title type. Yeah, so it like chucked an emoji there. Nullable enum. Oh boy. Okay, but this is progress. This is progress. Let's work on the API a little bit more, or the front end a little bit more, so that way we can like build this out. For example, type system, void plus type system, null safety. I feel like eventually we got to get like a programming language or something. All right, maybe if we just start with types, it gets like messy. Sorry, I'm very sidetracked and very just like, ooh, play with thing, but we got to build thing, not just play with thing. So a couple bugs that I noticed when we combine words and a new word gets formed. It doesn't update the word bank. Update the word bank whenever a new word is formed. Okay, let's go there. Independently typed record plus enum equals alright, and let's see. Now if we restart this, I should really run this using like the Flask command. Right? Yeah. And not just that. There we go. I believe this will now restart it automatically. Whoop. So now if I do character plus integer, string, and hey, two strings together gives us concatenation. Is it raining outside? No, it's a bus. Okay. I have recently moved to a new place, and so I am hearing all the weird sounds and just being like, what is that? Infinite recursion. Honestly, I feel like infinite recursion is one of those things that like we were destined to get this at some point, given how many times I'm just like adding things together. Loop plus yeah, no, deadlock. Deadlock character. Is it going to give us error? Race condition. Okay. So a couple changes that we need to make. First off, we are currently using Gemini for most things just because that was our default here. So I'm going to change our default from Gemini over to DigitalOcean. Over on the back end. Mainly because I would like the DigitalOcean stuff to like shine. Also, then we can actually look at like how much this is costing us as we run things. I'm also going to go very quickly hit that reset button because now that we've changed providers, I want to nuke the database. And now let's start from the beginning. Now let's see, you know, bool plus character. bit. That makes sense, yeah. Okay. You know what? We're gonna do like a little notepad here because I keep switching back and forth between the two, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting dizzy doing that. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna open a new window. Just give me this in a different window. Yeah. Okay. Now, as we come up with ideas, front end updates. All right, let's list them out. I would like, whenever I click items in the word bank, when clicking items in the word bank, add them to the canvas so I don't have to drag them. Alrighty, we're gonna add these as checkboxes here. Alrighty, next up. While waiting for the API, the two words that are to be combined should pulsate, should indicate they're combining. Maybe change their color. Just change the color, that's probably easiest. And to show loading. Okay. I'm just gonna remove the front end updates. This is gonna be updates. Fix issue with LLM providing emojis in the word. Next up, let's see. Fix issue with LLMs providing emojis in the word. Add emojis to the little objects on the front end. Okay. Now that we've kind of made those quick changes here, let's go and back over here and let's start working on those. So let's first do the emojis in the objects. Recreate the objects in the front end to include emojis. Next to the word, emojis are provided as part of the result from the back end. Cool. All right. So we're working on that. Another goal that we have on this stream is to combine enough things together to get the word hackathon in the original version. I'm doing a terrible job at that. I think we're on day 3 of me, while things are loading, waiting to create hackathon. T plus house is not tea house. Teapot house, tea house. Tea house robot, tea bot. Tea party, haunted house. I want to create, once I get education, then I think we're golden, but I don't know how to find education. Cereal plus cereal is a bowl. Bowl plus Metropolis is Superman. Puddletown, Smallville. Ghostbusters, Ghost. Okay. Alright, let's see what it was cooking on. Let's look at these changes. Normalize object name. Yes, okay, so it's just going to pull that out of the objects. I'm gonna make it a word chip with object and an object emoji, and then we're going to add event listeners there. Okay, got it. So now if we refresh this, bit plus bool is a byte. Okay. I will note, it did bit twice, and we have 2 separate bits. So we need to make an update to the backend where if it provides an object that exists already, don't create a new entry, and instead update a previous entry. So I will look that here. If object already exists after a combination, do not add an existing, do not add a new entry, instead pull the emoji and object from the previous entry to avoid duplicates. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got that. We fixed the issue. We added emojis to the objects. So now I could do, yeah, see, it's like byte, bits, double bit, quad core, ooh, octa-core. It's thinking. Hexacore cluster, bool. All right, we gotta add the, while waiting for the API, we gotta do that one. Okay. I suppose I could just give it all these, but I kind of like being able to check it one at a time, and that gives us the option to futz around with this while we're waiting for stuff to get updated. Multi-threaded void loop. All right, time to get cracking here with time to get cracking here with this. Fails. All right, word token combining. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's just gonna have like a combining. So if I do float and double, I might need to refresh here. Hexa. Yay! Oh, I love it. Bloop, bloop. Optimized octa compiler plus double bit equals. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, we're throwing an error. Oh, what error are we throwing? A 502 error. Hyper quad. What error did we throw though? 500 insertional error. Awaits. Where are we actually getting this error getting thrown though? Generate combination. DigitalOcean first sense. Ah, that's the error. Our JSON that was returned was invalid. So we're gonna do this. Try, I'm gonna try this return here. I know this is not the proper way to, we're gonna go. Yeah, that works. All right, and we're gonna just keep futzing with 2 combinations to see how we can get it to break. I feel like a lot of these like hexacore cluster, octo, supermatic. Eventually, we're gonna get one that's gonna break it. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. What did it actually return? So that'll help us. Huh. Is it because it forgot to put the emoji in like quotations? All right, well. The question is, do we fix that by like telling the LLM to do things properly? Or do we fix that? I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, we can just yell at the LLM and make it do things properly. May as well. So I'm gonna go over to my agent. The agent's workplace here. I'm gonna go here. We're gonna go settings. Emoji string. Do not forget the quotation. Do not forget the quotation marks around the. Do not forget the quotation marks around the. I'm gonna also change it to name to be consistent with the backend. Do not forget the quotation marks around the emoji. Also, the string, or the name should be ASCII characters only. Okay. Alrighty. So we're gonna update that here on our agent workflow. And now, in theory, we're not gonna run into some of those issues where we were running into previously. That was DO down right now. Failed to parse this. Result is that. Is that not a valid JSON? I mean, I did change the name instead of. That probably did break it, actually. No, yeah. Absolutely did break it. Name. I'm also going to look for the word item. And, okay. Let's ignore. Can I? Oh my gosh. Exclude from search. Exclude. How's it include? Yeah. API app. That's what I want. API. Fixed all that there. Something still broke. No, it just didn't return a result. Oh, because now on the front end, it's going to be mad at me. So I want to change that here on the front end from its pulling item to name. In app.py, yeah. Web name or app.py. Never made it to fix it. Yeah, I guess it's all gone. Okay, let's try that again. Neural octo-core neural. All right. We're creating lots of silliness. I'm actually curious, now that we're plugging everything into DigitalOcean, like how much are... Yeah, it still hasn't cost us anything. We need to do a lot more than the 8,000 tokens we've done to have this even put a dent into our system, which is good. I mean, I'd like to not run out of my $200 credit anytime soon. Ghostbusters, yeah, one day. Okay, let's... Alright, while waiting for the API, do the thing. Okay, I'd like that one to be next. I realize I'm kind of writing these like updates I want to make essentially as user stories, which really just shows like the Scrum background that I've been trained with, which is just kind of fun. How's everyone doing though? I'm just kind of playing around with stuff, so if y'all want to yap and chat, I'll be here. I also know it's kind of late for some of you, so. Oh, when I refresh it, it puts it in alphabetical order. I hate that. I want it in order of the things that I have done. Hypercore amplifier. Okay. Yep. Let's do that. Maybe this. Let's do that. Hyper opt. Hyper amplifier. Okay, now that we have this functioning, I'm gonna order word bank by time created, not words, not alpha. And I'm pretty sure, is it that I'm giving them alphabetically from the database, or is it sorting them? Let's find out. Database, get engine, list all objects, select order by name ascension. No. We want IDs. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's make the word bank a scrollable section so that the page doesn't expand forever. Okay. All right. So we got that done there. Fix issues with the element providing emojis in the word. We did that. If object already exists after a combination, do not add a new entry. All right, let's do that one. Whoop. All right. right, it's looking through my schemas to see how things are laid out. Essentially what it needs to do is just look at my combine route and add an in check there to identify if an object already exists, and if it does, then don't update. But we'll see how it does on that. Okay, persist combination result. Okay, we want that, but we also want to return the stored, yeah, because we do return stored results. So when persist combination result gets called, go to references. Over in routes, result equals persist combination result. Okay, so it does return, yeah, okay. So it does check there. Cool. So now let's nuke this. Goodbye. Let's try to recreate scenarios. Int plus void is void pointer. Float plus void is void pointer. And then if we look at our database right now, let's execute get objects. Int void pointer. It's only in there once. Cool. And then if I do void pointer, dangling pointer plus dangling pointer. Remember? Yeah, that checks out. Okay, cool. Order the word bank by sound created, not created alphabetically. I did that. Make the word bank scrollable section so it doesn't expand forever. Yes. And then once we have all that done, then we can work on deploying this and getting it so that way y'all can play with it, and we can come up with ideas for ways to update it. And then, of course, tweak the LLM, because right now it's producing some okay results, but, like, not fun. Not the best results. Alright, let's see. It just changed my CSS. Here, display flex, max height. It's just 2 minus the maximum vertical height. Keep. Cool. So now if we do that, and I would need a lot of words in here to test it, but I believe that CSS works. That CSS looked correct to me. I mean, I guess I can do this until the cows come home. I like how we got manage smart pointer and smart pointer manager. Actually, what's the combination of these two? Smart pointer governor. Love it. Memory manager governor optimizer. Oh boy, we're getting we're getting some silly ones now. No, I want memory governor. What happens if that combines with itself? Governor plus governor, does that become like president? Memory governance optimizer. Efficient memory governor. Oh wait. What happens if you combine that with memory link? Optimized memory management. I want memory link plus like. Oh, and you can see our caching system works well. So like if I do, something that has been done before. A wild pointer. I want to see it break. Actually, I need to refresh this page, don't I? Because it's not going to auto reload the CSS. Yay! Now we have a scroll bar. Cool. Alrighty. So let's take a look at our checkbox from yesterday. Write a document link for newly combined things. I think for right now, giving it a document link for newly combined things doesn't make any sense, because if I type in memory manager governor optimizer, I don't think that's a real thing. I'll be honest with you. I mean, we could try it. Memory manager governor optimizer. Oh, it's gonna make up things, isn't it? Oh boy, we really are in the world of it making up things on top of things. Oh, I love that for us. Maybe we pivot. No. We'll edit the stuff. So this is on hold for now. Build a nice snappy front end that lets you drag elements together to create new elements. Yep, link identify libraries that makes you move stuff around. We didn't even need to do that. Copilot kind of did that for us, so I'm happy to not have to think about writing front end stuff. I like making things look pretty. I don't like making things look functional. Link connection stuff works, and now we just gotta host it. So why don't we host it, and then we can start playing around with it and seeing what we can do with it. So I'm going to head on over to my DigitalOcean platform. We're actually going to commit all of our stuff now. So I'm going to save all of our changes here. Where am I? Yep. Good. All of those look like files I would like it to change. Deployment ready version. All right. Actually, you know what? There is one thing that I'm kind of curious about, and we're gonna test this. Okay, I'm going to deploy this on DigitalOcean. There will be two servers running. There will be two servers running, one for the front end, one for the back end. Can you prep this repo for the front end API, or for the front end web? Can you prep this repo so that I can easily deploy it? All right, so we're gonna see what that does. Because I noticed here that I have existing code deployed from a Git repo or image, and I would like to be able to get that, like, make this simple for us. If I just go here and create app off GitHub, yeah. I guess we'll connect this to my GitHub account, sure. Oh, I need to log in. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go down to my other monitor here. You don't see me here because I am hiding down here. And log into. I wonder if it's gonna work, because like my GitHub account is currently connected to my, believe it or not, my this account being like MLH stream made for Paul for this mini event is not in fact my normal GitHub account or my normal DigitalOcean account. I know, shocker. But I wonder if I can properly link it. Well, I suppose we're going to find out momentarily. I also noticed my music stopped. So I'm going to change to a different playlist. We're going to go here. No, I don't want that one. Let's go this one. Okay, cool. Alrighty. It's taking forever for me to get a two-factor email. There we go. I got it. Only took it a minute or two, which in the grand scheme of things is like, I am being very upset over it not being snappy, which is not fun, or which is not fun, but like, I don't know. Do. Infinite craft. Okay. Install and authorize. Oh boy, I need to like do my whole authentication process. Wow, okay. Yeah, good thing I do this on the other computer, on the other monitor, because this is taking permissions. Permissions granted. Open Sesame. Create app. Do. Such resources from directory paths relative to the root repo. Okay. Actually, there's like an auto deploy feature. So is it just gonna change? Okay. Requirements there. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna see what changes this makes. Okay, so it's made an app.yaml, and that's gonna be basically our Docker compose, or not our Docker compose, but like that API there. It has these key values here. Alrighty. Awesome. We got an env example here. Love that. Fix that, add some stuff there. Our readme is over here. That's fine. And then update requirements. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll keep these changes. Update deployment procedure. Make changes. Okay. All right. No components affected. API web. Is this? Will that make it find my things? Oh my gosh, it did. Wait, this is great. It wants to put it on two separate things, which I don't really want to do. I don't want to spend $48 a month on this. And realistically, this could all exist on one front end. Let me think here. I mean, I technically could have just added... Yeah. In reality. Okay. Hear me out here. How bad is it if I just say, can you combine the API and the web frameworks to be one? So that way we don't end up having to do this. So, can you combine the API and web ends to be one server so that I don't need to drop. Okay. Because the front end doesn't really need a server. It can just sit on top of the back end. And I don't know why I designed it that way. And we'll see what this does here. And this could break everything, which is why we made a commit right before we did it, because I'd prefer that. I should have used ask mode to see, or plan mode to see what it'll plan. Well, this is gonna certainly take a little bit to mess with. So maybe we can accomplish our other goal here, which is to, again, find the word hackathon. Because if we go 3 days playing through this and we didn't find the word hackathon, I do not know what is wrong with us. It's thinking. That's fine. Pond. Frog. Frog. Puddle. Tadpole. Tadpole house. Tadpole house makes frog. Frog house. Prince. Prince lightning. Zeus. Zeus mosaic. Poseidon. Vase. Urn. You know, we're gonna have this chat pop out. Can I do that? Well, no, it doesn't want me to pop it out. Move to... Oh, that is in fact not what I wanted to do. Well, did I kill the process? No, I did not kill the process. It's still thinking. Okay, cool. Oh, man. Mummy, Frankenstein, zombie. Zombie, ghost. Zombie, ghost? Zombie, ghost. Zombie plus ghost. Zombie plus haunted house. Ghostbusters, ghost. Cloud, ghost. Fog. Fog, volcano, eruption. Eruption, dish. Eruption. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence plus Superman is Skynet. I keep getting Skynet, which I feel like is like adjacent to Hackathon, but like not quite Hackathon yet. Skynet, Dandelion, Terminator, grilled cheese, robot, cheese bot. I feel like we're so close yet so far to having education, or not hackathon. I want to get school. So like house of learning, house of chess, chess house, castle, checkmate house, chess, cyborg house, home, house tornado. How do I duplicate? Is it like shift? What is the hotkeys? I should learn hotkeys so we can be even more efficient with this. Controls. Duplicate, double click, shift drag. Okay. We're becoming more efficient. And this is eating up all of my premium requests, which is totally fine. I don't got anything else to do for the rest of the month. Well, that's the lie. I have plenty of things I need to do, but none of them are more important than building out this thing and seeing it deploy. Yeah, ideally, when you create stuff like this, you want to be able to host it all on the same server. So that way you don't end up having to pay for a bunch of different droplets. Like, I don't need 2 servers that have a gig of RAM each just to host my front end and my back end. I just kind of built it out that way just because I thought it'd be nice to have, but I mean, yeah. Okay. Alright, so we've updated the README, which I believe tells me that we're close to being done. Nope. What is there to do? Oh, I mean, pretty much, yeah, actually. All right. Honestly, I'm not even gonna look at the changes. We're just gonna roll with it. And I'm gonna go read that README to see what it is, how I do. Maybe not close it all the way, but we get this like there. Okay, let's go look at that README, which is now located here. That's the class of servlets. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, let's go push these changes and then see what happens here. Untested DO combo. Sync that, push it up, see what it does. All right, now let's go on over here. Load that repo again. Next. Cool. All right. So it has one I should test it on my own computer first. What am I doing? This is a recipe for disaster if I just deploy it without testing it. Python serve or separate virtual environment. Does that virtual environment just have everything in it? Okay, that's probably the case. Okay, that works. Oh, I forgot the dot in front of. Popping up in my... Okay. It didn't like that, probably because I deleted it and restarted it. So let's kill this window, restart it. Why is it still not the right... Crashing out. Do not know why my install of Python is so very, very broken. Alright. J infinite here. We're gonna go... Which Python? Sure. Okay, cool. Love that for me. Python or pip install all the things in my requirements. And now if I do python server.py, which Python? Which pip? Cat requirements. What do you mean? What on earth do you mean I don't have? Okay, fine. We'll do it this way. You know what? We're gonna deploy it. Because you know what? What's the worst that could happen, right? We do need to add some environment variables. I am gonna just... No, I need to do this off stream, don't I? I'm gonna pull these from off stream very quickly. Just pretend you don't see this part. Goodbye. I need like a photo of like a cat or something on the screen while I pull up things that are not to be shared on stream, like all of my environment variables. Actually, wait. What am I doing? I keep like moving things to another monitor so that way you don't see them when I am in charge of the stream. I can just simply have you stare at me while I just do this. This is so much simpler and doesn't require me rearranging my entire workplace. I'm really glad that it only took me 3 streams to remember that I have the ability to do this. Love that so much for me. Yippee. Got all my API keys. Wow, cool, wow. Save. Alright, we're gonna encrypt that one, we're gonna encrypt that one, we're gonna encrypt that one. I actually don't need that one, and I'll show you why in a second. Cool. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Wow, we're back. Wow. Shocker. Okay. Well, we're building everything out right now. It's deploying all of our stuff. Yippee. We'll see if this works. If not, then we get to fix the deployment, which I'm sure will go smoothly and definitely won't have me pull my hair out. I like my Python install. Again, I pulled up this image yesterday, xkcd Python environment. This is what my Python environment looks like. I blame the fact that I'm not a real developer, and I am just one pretending to be one in a trench coat. And by that I mean I am an academic who does science things, so I do terrible things to my Python installation. Blame that. Alright, we're deploying. This is gonna take a little bit to deploy. Yeah. Oh, no, it says build complete. Cool. I lied. Heavily, apparently. We also linked it directly to our Postgres, so that way we can just, we didn't need to like add it as a secret or anything, because it exists on the same app, so I was just able to plug it in there. Database URL is the environment variable that it uses, which means I need to go update that in my thing, so I'm gonna go do that now. Actually, I'm not gonna do that now, because if I make a change to it, it'll probably break everything. I don't have to push that change, so I can do that now. And that involves me going to... my environment variables. Yippee! Alright, let's... I'm refactoring the Postgres URL, so that way it doesn't have to be everywhere. It's going to be database URL as the new key. Key database URL, key database URL, database URL, database URL, database URL. Database URL, database URL. Alright, yippee! We've fixed everything. Okay. Cool. Now I can close my environment variables. Save. Save. Alright. Yay, now you don't have my environment variables. Let's see how the deployment's doing. Failed. Yeah, that checks out. Deploy logs. Alright. It is currently analyzing my deploy logs. which I think is fun. All right. Oh boy. Well, we are at an impasse where things are breaking. Let's see what this analysis of the logs has to say. Wait, did I missing application module? All right. I'm gonna just paste this into Copilot and see what it has to say, and whether or not we're cooked, because we might be cooked. In which case, I will pivot and do something different for all of y'all to have access to this. I'll preempt the Ngrok stream that's tomorrow morning. And just use Ngrok so that way y'all can play around with it, which I think would be fun. I mean, yes and no. Actually, that might be it. Let's see what's going on here. It's making a proc file. Okay. Intentional. That's not good. Yeah, we're gonna kill that one. Okay. This is the most cursed. I love that everything's breaking for me. Alright, we'll keep those changes. Actually, do I want to keep those changes? Did it fix the... No, I would like it to be... we don't need this anymore, in fact, because database URL handles this for us, because it's already exists as a database URL. Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, committing it. Updates to this. Oh my gosh. Updates to do native linking of database. Commit. Sync changes. What on earth is causing my Python to crash over and over and over and over again? Do I dare ask? Do we want to try? Okay, so it's pushing a new deployment. We'll see if we can get this working, and if not, then I will just revert back to the previous change where it was working. We'll just host it on Ngrok, and then gonna restart my laptop at this rate. Yikes. What does it have to say? Show details. I don't know. Is something still running? Is like this unicorn command still going? No way, right? Alright. I'm gonna close VS Code. We're gonna do that. Okay. Well, we'll reopen VS Code in a sec. It's not popping up on the main monitor now. It's popping up on another monitor, which is lovely. And I promise it normally isn't as broken as this. Oh boy. I think now this is also stuck in the same boot loop that my laptop's stuck in, which is so very, very cool and so very neat. And I love that so much for me. All right, we're rolling back. We are rolling back. I'm gonna go find this process and kill it with vengeance. 1 moment as I go attempt to do that. Yeah, no, this is stuck in its own loop. Ignore. Reopen. Alright. In case you're wondering what I'm up to on the other screen, I asked Copilot in CLI mode to go find that unicorn Python. Please kill it. Please stop the process. Will that work? Are we free? I think we're free. Okay, cool. Alright, now let's go reopen up VS Code here. And never again let it just run that. That was bad. Because, yeah, no, it just kept on restarting this worker over and over and over again. Which, to be fair, is exactly what I wanted it to do, but not, you know, actively, I guess. Alright, we're gonna go back to this branch here. Alright, because this is back before everything went bad. I legitimately do not know which pip, which Python, pip install that. All of it's installed. One of those things that are in the install is fast API. All right? Following me? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Excuse me while I pull down the stream again. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want you to just look at me, stare into my eyes as I go and fix that. Alright. Fixing things. I'm changing the name of variable from do postgres URL to database URL, just to be consistent across the board. And then in theory, we never have to run into problems ever again, and everything will be perfect at all times. I'm definitely not jinxing it by saying that, in case you were wondering. I know you're out there wondering. Okay. Alrighty, we're back. Let us attempt to exist in a way that this works. Oh. Beans. I did the thing, didn't I? One second. Now I get to go make a phone call. Not really. I'm gonna shut all this down after this anyway. Well, okay. Anyway. Let's get back to this. Alright. Let me very quickly just make sure I send over the right one over to them to go kill. And then the other ones I don't really care about, that's fine. You gotta go to regenerate some keys, 1 second. Love when you make a mistake like that and then you end up. Alright. Okay. Very quickly fixing things. Alright, regenerating all my keys. As you do. You know how it is. Did I just log out of DigitalOcean? It truly is a Wednesday. Alright. Almost done. Okay, cool. Let's not do that again. Alright, we're back. Now, let's get back to what I was going to do, which was setting that up, creating a new thing here, cd into web. Well, yes, I would like to source that. Python app.py. Wait, no, I would not like to source that one. I'd like to source this one. There we go. Cool. Hello, neighbors upstairs. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. And, oh, not where I want it to go. Let's go back here to localhost. All right. Okay, so we're back here. We have our system that works for the most part. Combines things. Ooh, is something breaking in the back end? No, it's not breaking in the back end. It's just taking a little bit. That's all good. That's all fine and dandy. Let me check my Slack real quick. All right. And now for the fun part, where we can say, let's host this. Host this. Okay, DO isn't going to work for this stream. Can you deploy? You know, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna fuss around with this. We're gonna do this. I would like ngrok 5000 to be hosted. Yeah. Can I do that? Will this work now? It is not getting passed through this. Let's do, yeah. I'm gonna do that. I reserved a domain here. We're gonna have it have it work, I believe. Yes, I do have ngrok installed. Config check. Sure. I'd like to at least get this in y'all's hands so that way you can play with it. I mean, it's running. Everything is running already, so you don't need to do this part. Sure. Okay, let's skip. 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 Everything's already running. I just simply wanted to deploy it. Yes. It's checking if it's running. It doesn't believe me. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. So right now, the error that we're running into, and I've run into this before, it's when like it's running on isn't being put to localhost. Okay. So it's running on, well, localhost and 127001 are basically the same thing. It, for some reason, doesn't want to admit that. But the app is funneling through the host handling, and we're starting ngrok with a host header. Yes. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. Can I like steer you? Here, let's have it stop freaking out. Yeah, it's freaking out. Okay. Send it, please. Okay. Did that fail? Yeah, upstream. Okay. We're just having a grand old time here with things. Okay. Cool. All right. I love it when everything breaks for like the majority of my stream. I'm sorry that this is just a mess of me attempting to do things and things are breaking. Okay. What? No. What? I'm done having this AI attempt to do things for me. I'm going to just. Okay. We're gonna do it this. I'm gonna do it my way. Okay. Host headers were never created. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need the host handle. I just need it to say 127. Authentication really how does limits this on simultaneous and ngrok. Oh, I didn't consider that. Ugh. I didn't consider the fact that I am limited to one continuous thing and I need to have two ports open, one for the back end, one for the front end. This again supports the idea that I should have done this all as one giant, or one project. I just wanted to decouple it so that way if we wanted to change the front end. Ah. Also, I'm pretty sure that this has a bunch of terminals that are open that I need to go and find and kill now. Which, 3 hidden terminals? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Show me all these hidden terminals. I will hunt you down and find you. Okay. So, let's see what happens if I have if I'm running the web stuff here. I go here. We go to that URL. Yeah. So it can't reach the backend service, which makes sense. Okay. Well, unfortunate. I wish this would have ended a little cleaner with it either being deployed on DigitalOcean or ngrok working, which technically it did work. It's just, you know, I'm limitations by the paid plan of not letting me have multiple sessions, which that's fair. That makes sense. So yeah, I think we can probably start wrapping it up here. Although I do want to get Hackathon. So maybe we just kind of vibes it out, enjoy chilling for a bit because we still got like another 20 minutes in the stream, and try just building Hackathon while, you know, attempting to clean up our mess here. I feel like finding Hackathon in our version of the game will be easy, or in this version of the game will be, or the original version of the game will be easier than trying to find it in our version. But who knows? Actually, wait. Is it gonna work? Because... I would like it on this domain, please. Is it because it wasn't running? Could be because it wasn't running. That could be it. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it'll make... No, it might work. Wait. Hold up. MLH.link/Paul demo. If y'all go to this, does it work? This link right here, below me. Is my phone on me? I don't have my phone on me. Otherwise I would test it on my phone, which is not my laptop. Therefore, it is a different server. In theory, it might be working right now. I didn't realize that I killed the backend, which explains why I couldn't connect to the backend, because the backend didn't exist. In which case, yippee, you can play with this on your own computer. Otherwise, if not, boo. Yeah, if anyone can use Ngrok and test it, that'd be super cool. Because in theory, the server's running on my computer, so it's calling the backend. You're not calling the backend. You won't be able to interact with the API. That's fine. My backend's interacting with the API. Let's see. Has anyone attempted? And these are all just me. Unless somebody else opens a video connection. Somebody will be testing a connection. Maybe. Is it working? Or is everything just woefully broken and I am forever saddened by Yeah, it should. Yeah, the post request is run here and then we pass our post request to combine words. So yeah, it should work from the front end. Or it should work even though we only have one endpoint exposed, which is how I intended it. That was the plan all along. Definitely me. Let's see if I refresh the page. Is it like somebody made string? Somebody made string. I see you out there in chat. I didn't make that string. Somebody else did. Bool void. Nullable. What does a nullable string give us? Optional string. Awesome. So yeah, it is working. Hooray. I'm rather happy that it's working. I was about to be just like, well, I guess we'll just go find the word hackathon in Infinite Craft while we, pour our sorrows down the drain. But no, it's working. Awesome. Well, I am super... Things are still breaking. What is string? Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's a billion ways to break this thing. It was not designed in a very optimal way. It was more just me wanting to showcase some of the technologies over in DigitalOcean. But, hey. It's going. Auto print string. Yeah, somebody is over there building stuff. Awesome. Well, I'll leave that for y'all to play with because we have a little bit of time to speedrun this goal here of creating... Again, I feel like if I don't do this, then I have failed the stream to not create the word hackathon. Robot home, vacuum, vacuum artificial intelligence, Roomba, Skynet, Terminator. We're gonna get there. I think we need like math. How do we get math? We need like chemistry or biology or like some science. Plant, tree, plant, forest, tree, forest. Plant electricity, lightning. Venus flytrap. What are some of the things y'all have made over here? I'm just curious. Bits, floating point void, glitch, error, bit cache, memory leak detector. I'm gonna go with dynamic string glitch. Morph string. Is that a thing? Morph string is a Java utility package used primarily for encrypting and decrypting sensitive data. Is that actually a thing? Or is that just a made up thing? So I found that it's very good at making up libraries. Nope, morph string is definitely a thing. Cool. Memory leak detector plus morph string gives us memory leak analyzer. Hello. You know what? I have two. I can make two monitors. Let's do this. I want to see what y'all have been y'all are putting together. But while doing that, I would like to also make sure that we don't end the stream without finding Hackathon. SpaceX. Mars statue. Mars home? House. Mars Cheesinator. We're certainly somewhere. I think we'll be cooked. Art plus house. Museum. Museum chess? Museum Mars? Museum house? Art. I'll take any and all suggestions on things to combine to get Hackathon. Like, maybe we get like a vent over on ours. Wait, maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Like, if we get like an event manager, like a listener or something. How do I get listener? Memory overflow. Managed pointer? Smart pointer exception. Because, like, what if we got, like, an event and then some sort of, like, cyber chemistry thing or cybersecurity thing? That might give us Hackathon. Somebody... Oh, my gosh. Okay. Fault pointer. Bool. Fault tolerant Boolean. Oh, no. Error tolerant. I'm also kind of curious if I go to our DigitalOcean dashboard, how we're doing on terms of like tokens for this thing. Well, like, how am I doing on terms of that free plan? Still haven't spent a single dime of it. One agent in my agent workforce here. How's it going? I mean, we're barely scratching the surface for that, but we have started spending 1 penny, 1 whole cent on our project, minus the $15 a month we're spending for database hosting. But 1 cent has been done so far for this, which love to see it. Triple Boolean array, leak analyzer checker. Oh my gosh, we're so close yet so far on both. Oh. I think I might need to call it on finding Hackathon. If you're over on the Discord and you happen to be playing Infinite Craft, because I'll probably pull this down after we're doing, and you get the word Hackathon, please tag me. Let me know. I would love to see that. But I think that we're gonna call it here, honestly. Especially because the next stream is gonna be starting up in 8 minutes. And I know that we like starting our streams a little bit early, just that way we can have people cycle on in. If I remember correctly, the next stream is... I did today in Global Hack Week earlier today. I did announce everyone's streams. I just don't quite remember what it was. MongoDB Atlas from Zero to Hero with Alberto. Awesome. Well, that'll be a great way to get you started with MongoDB Atlas. We used just the Postgres instance running on DigitalOcean. I'm fairly certain if you use MongoDB Atlas, it'll be a lot cheaper for you. And they also have like a lot of really great features. You can also, oh, that would have been really smart, actually. Using MongoDB Atlas for this would have been really cool, because then you could have like plugged in the database as a knowledge base. Okay, the next time we do this, it'll be Building This Together 2.0, the redemption arc where we get the word hackathon. That'll be the full name of the title. But if that's the case, then yes, setting up a knowledge base, that was another idea that I had for this, was giving it access to all the existing words. So that way, if there exists a particularly good word, it then just uses that. Hey, some Tom Nook. Some Tom Nook emojis. Love that. All right. Well, I will let y'all go. Be sure to check out Alberto's stream next. Alberto was fantastic. I love Alberto. Good luck. Thanks for hanging out with me. And don't forget, there's a feedback form that we'll probably talk about during closing tomorrow. But if not, I think it's like MLH. You know, mlh.links/GHW feedback. Is that it? Hey, I was right. I know my links. Be sure to go over there, give some feedback about the survey. We'd love to hear about what you liked, what you didn't like, or give some feedback about this survey. Give some feedback about this stream. We'd love to hear what you liked, what you didn't like, ways to improve, that sort of stuff. Awesome. I've been Paul. It's been great hanging out with y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the flip. Bye.